Daylight is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Kino Lorber. It can be found as a slipcover edition, available at your online retailers. The 90s were really a decade of action films and action stars at their peak. Of course, some were better than others, and with a huge star like Sylvester Stallone, he was often front and center. Daylight is a movie that, even though I remember enjoying it at the time, it's one that for some reason I haven't gone back to since the late 90s. It's certainly fun, though Stallone almost felt secondary in a weird way despite being the star. It was good giving this one a revisit. Daylight on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has an aspect ratio of 185:1 with native 4K resolution, and it supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision transfer. Kino's transfer of the film boasts a 4K restoration from the original camera negative. The source condition is largely favorable, only minor speckling here and there. In the final minutes of the film, however, when certain characters pop up in the river, the condition of the picture takes an unexpected turn as it appears lesser elements were used. It's honestly a bit jarring. I don't recall if it always looked this way. It's literally been well over 25 years since my last watch. It's only a minute or two, so you'll likely notice it as well. Kino's disc encode is also not the strongest here, and bit rates fluctuate somewhat erratically, going as low as the 60s and briefly touching the triple digits. Grain structure also shows a bit of fluctuation, going from heavy to somewhat lighter depending on a given scene. Despite being in 4K, there's an inherent softness present at all times. Details don't get that razor-sharp boost that some might have been expecting. Of course, textures are more visible for the most part, but it's best to manage expectations here. Even the application of Dolby Vision gives more of a subtle refinement to the palette. Primaries show a noteworthy boldness in a few aspects. Orange and yellows, such as when fire is on screen, is nicely vivid. Reds as well are quite striking. Mostly, though, the more subtle earthy tones and cooler primaries are at times just okay. Whites in their turn are stable throughout. Black levels for the most part show solid depth across the board. The darkened interiors of the collapsed tunnels are conveyed well. There was only one scene I noticed, when Viggo Mortensen was in mid-climb and was conversing with Stallone. That looked a little suspect with some possible anomalies present. I did a spot check of the included Blu-ray version of the film, and there is a slight uptick in the overall visual clarity and color reproduction, but I wouldn't say it's a dramatic improvement. Daylight on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a DTS 5.1 audio mix as well as a 2.0 track. This is one of those times that I really wish Kino Lorber would implement Dolby Atmos audio upgrades for some of their releases, because this film could have used it and benefited from it well. The included 5.1, I suspect, is just a simple port from the existing Blu-ray. The sound design also could have used some TLC, as a variety of audio cues don't often play well as a whole. Activity in the rear speakers sometimes borders on too hot, and as audio transitions to the front of the room go, there is a bit of audible difference. It's not as seamless, and it should be noticeable to those with dialed-in home theaters. Still, surround activity is present, very active, and consistent throughout the runtime. Once again, Dolby Atmos would have opened up the soundstage and provided quite an entertaining experience. As the chaos erupts around the initial cause of the tunnel collapse, as well as the subsequent further destruction unfolds, there is plenty in the way of immersive elements. Dialogue reproduction is mixed, somewhat low, which especially makes things really difficult in the presence of running water or other background noise. The low end has some heft, nothing too aggressive, but it has presence nonetheless. There are only a few legacy extras ported over from previous releases, including an audio commentary from the director, an EPK press kit, and a nearly 30-minute making of the film. There's also the traditional Kino Lorber trailers included in the bonus section. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Daylight on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray a B. I wouldn't say that this is a stunning effort from Kino, but for new buyers of the film, it's a perfect way to pick it up on physical media. For owners of the existing Blu-ray, however, you may want to rethink before considering an upgrade. For the audio, I scored it a B. The lack of a Dolby Atmos upgrade on this is a sorely missed opportunity, and whether the decision was from Kino or Universal, they definitely lost out on some good potential here. Still, the 5.1 is fairly good, though it does have its shortcomings. And for the extras, I graded them a C. Nothing of real note is included as far as bonus materials go, and if you own the previous Blu-ray, you should be more than familiar with what's included. I think overall supplements fans may be disappointed. So that is my review of Daylight on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave a direct link in the comment section, but if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365. I will see you at the movies.